Hey, Peacock.
Hello, hello. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I am taking in the little bit of sunshine that we have right now because I hear it's going to be I heard, did you hear this term? There's a as atmosphere river, atmospheric river. Have you ever heard of that?
I don't know what that is.
I heard on the news that we have, a whole lot of water coming our way. So, they said, think of it like a river and it's in the atmosphere and it's about to drop on us. Because you saw San Diego, how it was flooded. I know Long Beach got flooded, but from what I understand, my friend said that Long Beach always gets flooded.
Oh, what
But
about San
they said
Diego too? It was really, really flooded in San Diego,
it,
apparently.
it was really bad. So I'm taking in the little bit of sun. I was trying to be outside, but it wasn't working for me. But yeah, I'm trying to keep in the little bit of sun because we're about to brace ourselves for some water.
Well, same thing here. Today I went outside and it was really nice and warm, but then of course then it got windy, so it's kind of like it was giving us a little break, but I'm ready. The pumps are ready to go. I got gutters. Bring
Oh
it
yeah, you
on,
have
Mother
that
Nature.
issue.
I'm ready for you. Of course.
Yeah, your Mother Nature, bring it
Yes,
on.
because I get a lot of water that comes down. The water that comes down from the hill, it likes to accumulate here in my house, but I have water
Yeah,
pumps to take care of it. So I'm okay. So that's actually the beauty of working from home is that you're able to kind of keep an eye out on your home and what's going on during these tough environmental times. So
in real time.
in real times, which, brings us to today's podcast topic, and it's hosting retreats. I think that it's such a wonderful topic to talk about because I think that the idea of attending a retreat like we did in Switzerland in October is such a great thing. It was a great way to get away, visit a new place, make new friends, and then learn something if that's what the subject or the theme of the retreat is, right? So it's sort of like a all-in-one opportunity. And I think a lot of women, I can't speak for men, but I'm saying women use that as an opportunity to get away. It's like a little fully great packaged opportunity. And as we have embarked in this business of travel, we have come across things that happen during travel. And a lot of the times people think, well, what can go wrong? So in travel, a lot of things can go wrong. But then when you're hosting a retreat, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And today we want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of hosting a retreat and why. And we're here to tell you why you need someone like Two Peacocks Travel to have your back in those events. So what do you think, Anna?
No, I absolutely agree. But I want to, I want to share that there's two pieces to this component. It's one, we definitely encourage women to seek out opportunities to attend retreats because, like you said, it's a little mini getaway. Everything's figured out for you, the planning, everything. You don't have to worry about it. But more importantly is that you are able to forge these new relationships, you find new friends, and it just opens up another world, right? That's you as an attendee. But I also want to encourage anyone that has, a level of expertise, of level of knowledge, that they focus on, like what they call a niche, right? To consider hosting a retreat. And we're going to tell you, yes, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But really, it's an opportunity for you to be able to share your gift with other people. And, that's what we learned from going to Switzerland. We were very fortunate. We got to join Erin in Switzerland. We met 15 other amazing women. So it was really an eye opener for us as attendees. And when we realized that there are other women that have gifts to share, and sometimes they may not know where to start. So we want to share with you what to do, how to get started, as well as possibilities of what to prepare for and why, like you said, it's important to have a behind the scenes team. I mean, I don't know what else you would call, doing the logistics and the operations to something like this, but really we're the backbone to the person that's hosting, right? Because The person that's hosting is gifting their talents. And you can't get bogged down with all the things that have to happen on the outskirts. That's why we want to share with you the importance of having a behind the scenes team.
And I think that sometimes people don't think about what it takes to put on a production. You can invite people to come with you, family members, friends that are willing to help. But sometimes I think there are people who try to save or skim some of the more profits, to not spend the money that is needed to make sure that you have a logistics team. Because let's look at it in a scenario where everything is great. You've got a perfect house, perfect attendees, perfect personalities. No one's allergic to anything. No one is sick. Everybody knows how to swim. Nobody has weak ankles. I mean, I can go on and on, right?
Yeah, we definitely have
It's
some
great.
cases here.
You can handle everything yeah, and then everyone knows how to behave like an adult, and no one has a drinking problem, and no one is a mad drunk. I mean, come on. So I think that if that's the scenario, which I'm sure I can't say it doesn't exist. It might exist, but there's a possibility. There's probably a 90-10 that it doesn't exist. Let's talk about how you, the host, are going to handle those logistics. So scenario number one, you're showing and you're doing your meditation, a relaxation moment. And all of a sudden, there's a toilet overflowing on the second floor. And someone who went to the restroom during the meditation is coming back to tell you that there's little turds that are coming down the stairs.
Meditation stop.
Meditation stop. It's panic time.
It's panic time because you've got something happening. You just ruined the experience that you were offering, right? So you don't have a logistics team. Who's going to call the owner? Who's going to make all the arrangements to get a plumber there? What do we need to do right now? Who's going to go close that bathroom, shut everything, the water off? Who's going to do all that? Is it going to be the host?
Ideally, the host is doing the meditation.
Well, ideally, that would be, not the person that you'd want. But if they don't have a person to back them up, a logistics or someone behind the scenes team, it's going to be the host. And there goes your entire experience that you offered, that you promoted as, serenity and peace. That's not very serene. Let's get straight. Okay. And then you have a whole other issue, because what else did it ruin? What other damage has that done? Is there water damage? Does it stink? I mean, a million things can go. After that, you and I, we can go down the rabbit hole all the possibilities, because we've seen this happen. So
the rabbit hole, really, because of course, is the place even somewhere where anybody can stay? Did people's things get ruined?
Oh, you had to go there all the way. You went all the way down all of a sudden. Okay.
So we might have to get a new Airbnb. We might have to get alternatives, transportation to take all these women to the new location. So that's a number one example of what could go wrong. And you have a team. You've got to, because let's talk about even in a dance production, even in any type of performance, because that's really what the host is doing, is a performance that is being dedicated to the people who have purchased the experience.
Yeah.
You can't be the DJ putting in the cassette or the CD or whatever you're doing to play your music and then run out to the stage and do the dance. And then if it skips, you got to go back. You can't do it. And that's what retreat hosts. So I'm not trying to date myself, girl. I know. No one's talking about cassettes and CDs. I got that.
I'm like, Sandy, they're no longer using those, but okay.
I was just kind of going back to my drill team days, okay? That's what we used. Because the DJ in my school was mixing our tapes for our performances.
You're absolutely right. And then like, on your what is it? Your case study, right? Your DJ. You can't be the DJ, you can't be the host, you can't be this, you can't. So the other reason to have a behind the scenes team, you need a contact person. The person hosting cannot be the person that is answering everybody's questions.
No.
Because what ends up happening? I can't find my luggage. I'm allergic to this, or I need to get to the. You can't be the person solving your guests' problems. You need someone to handle that for you, because if not, you can forget about having your one-on-ones. You're going to spend your time just troubleshooting. You need someone to troubleshoot for you. So that's number two. Reason number two to have a behind the scenes team.
Well, and then also, like I was mentioning earlier, you can bring friends and family to come and help you, but it's not going to be any better if the friend or family is like, hey, so what do you want me to do with this? And hey, what do you want me to do with that? Like, you need someone who's going to take the initiative and it's going to be able to manage what's coming to you at that moment.
Making executive decisions on the fly. Go, 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 go. Because while friends and family have, great intentions, that's fine.
Absolutely.
I mean, of course, the more all hands on deck, absolutely. But if they're looking for direction and they can't make up, they don't understand which decision to go with, because for whatever reasons, they're just not like that. You can't stop to say, well, hold on. No, you just need someone that's going to, what's the situation? I'll take care of it. Run, go.
Yeah.
And then when I come back, I'm coming back because this and this happened, and this is what we did, and this is the outcome, and this is the follow-up.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Lila wants to be part of the video today.
Yeah, she wants to talk about scenario number 2. Scenario number 2. Everyone's having a good time. Someone is a little bit, enjoying the host too much and drinks a little more than the average person. And then they end up picking a fight with someone, because that happens. There's personality clashes. I watched you looking at me and I don't like the way you're looking at me, talking to me, perceiving me, blah, 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 blah. And then somehow that person ends up in the pool floating. So that scenario does require quick, thoughtful, on your toes type of intervention.
My whole thing is, Sandy, jump in the pool.
Well, what I was going to say is we're not even going to get to the pool, because immediately when you see that that's happening, that there's already
you're going to stop it before it gets to that point.
Exactly. No one's ending up in the pool. Now, we can't control people because, we're not babysitters, but we're trying to be proactive and trying to diffuse any issues that are happening. Again, the host cannot do that. The host cannot be en todo menos en misa, because that really, what it happens is that you're ripping off the experience from the other people that are there 100% to really truly take in everything that was promised to them. And I can understand the host will have to ignore what's happening when it comes to these personality clashes. And all it's going to do is it's going to just get worse. I know we want to all believe that everyone's mature, but sometimes alcohol does not.
Well, alcohol always plays a part. I mean, everybody wants to have a good time, and I get it. But that's, reason. What case are we on? Number 3?
Number 2. This is just number 2.
Oh, number 2. So that's reason number 2, that, why you want to have a behind the scenes teams. They do your conflict resolution.
Conflict resolution is huge. And the thing is that you also want to minimize any conflict, and you want to make sure all parties come to an agreement and everyone's happy, because you also do not want to elevate this to a legal anything. You promised me an experience and I'm not happy with it, so I'm going to sue you. It happens all the time.
So now we're headed into risk management.
Well, I still have one more case study.
Okay.
Case study number 3. We're going to go as a group on a hike. And during this hike, someone bends their ankle And guess what? We already hiked an hour and a half. That person can't walk back. What are we going to do? We've got problems with reception. So your cell phone might not be working very much. How are we going to get this person down? And that's a real life situation. It's happened hundreds of times. Actually, I spoke to somebody who they thought they had broken their ankle and they already had been. So what happens in the situation? The host has to continue with the group, continue this wonderful hike that's going to be part of the experience. And one of these two peacocks has got to go get help while the other peacock stays with this person to make sure they're going to be okay. They're probably scared. They don't know what's going to happen. They're embarrassed. So that is scenario number 3. Okay. I mean, I have like a bunch of scenarios because, I just
we have scenarios all day long, but these are real. These happen.
Political evacuations, fires.
You lost your passport.
No, we're just going to do the top 3. You lost your passport.
Absolutely. I mean, there's possibilities of what can go wrong, unfortunately, are endless. But the best way to look at it is that there's always a solution to something. Now, you can be, solution oriented, and we're not taking that away from anybody, but it does take away from you offering the experience, being able to come forth with everything that was, promised when someone paid to attend your retreat. And so the reason why, having a behind the scenes team such as Two Peacocks is because we will make sure you got all your conflict resolution covered, risk management, the fact that you're a point of contact, time management. That one's big. Time management. I don't know. I know you said you have plenty, but time management. What happens when you have a group? Some of them are keeping on time, and others are like, well, I'm on vacation and I'm getting ready. And who's gonna manage people? It should not be that the host has to come back and say, I need you. Like, no, you guys were all adults. This is what it is. But the host doesn't need to manage that, right? Who's the contact person for your vendors? Your host should not be having to deal with the vendors.
Yeah, you can have a chef that's sick. Chef is sick. Who are we going to get to come and do those things? That's very, very telling of what the experience is going to be. So, we've worked in healthcare many years. And I remember when I worked at CHLA, I asked the doctor, why don't you give the kids the shots? He said, well, I don't want to be the bad person. I don't want the kids to ever be afraid of me when they see me coming into the room because I'm the one that's giving the diagnosis and I'm the one that's taking care of them. I don't want them to ever think that I'm the one that's going to come with the needle. He said, but Sandy, I'm the show. I'm just here in this pretty coat. The nurse is doing all the dirty work. Again, the nurse was the concierge team behind the scenes, and the host is the doctor.
Absolutely.
And that's how you have to look at it. You've never seen your doctor give you a shot. Nobody. Ever,
oh, no.
In history.
No.
Not in the ICU, not in the emergency room. It's always the nurse.
100%.
So that's what I think it's important for people to understand is that a retreat is a production. And it is not a one-man production.
It is not a one-man, no, absolutely. But can I also talk about another reason?
Sure.
Is your host going to have a contingency plan? Do you have, what you said, if the house flooded and now we got to find someone else, who has to figure that out? So hiring a behind the scenes team will get you a contingency plan. So one thing, anybody that knows us, either together as Two Peacocks or as former where we used to work, or even individuals, anybody that knows us in any capacity will know that we already have from plan A all the way to plan Z. And the thing is that the beautiful part is that I may have some thoughts, you have other ideas, we combine those two and we just go. There's no time for waiting.
And the thing is that we've always been on this, frame of figuring things out, always. I remember when we were talking about what's going to happen if there's an earthquake at the hospital, we had a whole plan.
Oh, Lord.
We
Yes.
had a bag of clothes in each car. We already had mapped out how long it was going to take to get from the hospital to my house and then from my house to your house. We could walk from the hospital. We were going to jog. At that time, we were in very good shape.
We were
Or we
in
were
great
going to
shape.
get, we were going to be able to get one of those little scooters that they have in the streets and bring us home. Right?
But hold
So
on.
we had a
So
whole
hold
master
on.
plan.
We had a master plan, but in that master plan, you just said right now that we had a bag of clothes in the car. You're right. But where
Yes, we
else did
did.
we have a bag of clothes? Because
In the office.
in case the building fell on the cars, we wouldn't have anything. So in
That's right.
each of our offices, we each had a
Of
backpack
clothes.
ready to go with snacks, change of clothes, and tennis shoes ready to go. That was our contingency plan. Because you're right. And we mapped out according to how far
Yes.
we were from the location, from the hospital, we would go there first, get kind of, I was gonna say ammunitioned up, but not ammunitioned up. Get whatever we needed, supplies, and then
And
head
what?
out to there's two of us out here in the valley, and that was gonna be a whole other, way of trying to figure out. But we do think of all these things. So before we go, and this is practice that we do not only for people that are hosting retreats, but even in our own group travels. We have plan A
Yes.
to plan Z for everything. We know the lay of the land. We've already researched. We know who the police is, how to contact the hospitals, what clinical, where do you get like, we have all that mapped out. This is why when we share tips, it's because we've done the research. It's not just we heard somebody, we've actually have lived it. And that
And,
is the beauty is
and we do practice what we preach. I mean, I
we
have a
do.
backpack next
Absolutely.
to my bed that has everything that I need in the event of an emergency. I have a generator. I have two boxes, one with first aid supplies. And I think when we first got it, my sister was laughing because she was like, "Are we planning to do surgery? Because we sure have a lot of stuff in this thing, like needles." I mean, I don't know. Someone might be cut up. I don't know how to figure it out. But that's the point, right? So we are prepared for the unforeseen.
Mm-hmm.
We are just prepared. And so today, as you know, I am leaving to Morocco on this amazing expedition next Friday, a week from today. And I was literally just putting together all the contacts, all the participants, the police, the host phone number, the tour guide's phone number, our itinerary, all the flights, all the hotels. Like to leave here for my family, for you to have in the event of an emergency. And everyone's been registered with the State Department. So we really go above and beyond to make sure that we are covering all ourselves. And that is what Two Peacocks Travel offers. When you come and have a consultation with us to talk about what are the services we offer either the planning or the planning and execution. It's really up to you. And we go when we do the research, we make sure that we cover all the bases that need to be covered, and especially when it comes to risk management. And I think that's a word that a lot of people don't know, and it's a word that we've been using for years in our world. So risk management is something that's very, very important to keep in
Oh,
the front end when you
yes.
are planning these retreats, along with insurance, travel insurance, professional insurance, um, liability. I mean, it's just like so many things, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it sounds like fun when you're actually doing the retreat, but you really have to cover yourself all the way around.
And it is fun, right? It is fun, but it's us letting everyone know you prepare. And of course, you want it to be a successful, you want your attendees to get the most out of it and everything, but you don't want it to be ruined because there was failure to plan.
Or
Because
you're
nobody
trying to save
plans.
money.
No,
Or you're trying to
right.
save money.
Well, that's the thing is so, we don't say that we failed to plan, but when you don't take action and you're thinking, well, you know what, I'm just going to skip this part. That's a very important component. And we know that firsthand. We've seen it time and time again. I'm sure that if we had retreat hosts, we can get so many more situations that have gone on and be like, well, in that case, you could have done this, this, and this, and this. I mean, the list can go on and on. But definitely, I don't think that that's an area that people should not include in their budget. I think it's something that is crucial. It will make a world of a difference, because if there isn't a situation, you don't have anything to worry about. We'll take care of it. And that's what, comes with having, I mean, I don't know, there's a better word for behind the scenes team, because we're not the people doing the show. They're the show. We're the ones, we're going to be the, like the doctor said, the nurse is the bad person, right? We're the ones that are going to have to say, hey guys, we're going to have to pack. We got to move. We got to go. And we're going to make this as streamlined as possible. But you know what? The bottom line is you got to pack, and it's not the best thing, but it's what we got to do. Not
And
the host.
I think that it's going to come down to, do you have a two peacock with you? Are you bringing a
Do you have a
peacock
peacock
with
with
you?
you?
Are you bringing a peacock with you? Because you need a peacock.
Well, you do need, I think you need, if it's a large group, then we have to talk about it, because it goes to, we used to say patient, what is it? Physician to patient ratio, nurse to patient ratio. It's the same concept. How many attendees do you have? Because a person can only handle, like, in groups, right? You can't be one person for 20 people. That's not going to work. We know that, right? And like you said, your scenario,
Oh, no.
someone gets hurt, the other one has to
Yes.
go. So there's no easy way to put it, but we do highly recommend.
And I think that if this is something that's resonated with you, you've been thinking about, or you are already planning to put together a retreat for 2024, 2025. Excuse me, I'm going to cough.
Definitely, if you're planning for a trip, destination retreat, we by all means want to be able to encourage you and motivate you to do it. If it's been something that you've been thinking about, there's no reason to hold back. If you wanted to just talk to us to see, what our recommendations are, we can give you an outline of what is possible. But we do encourage people to consider doing a retreat, because at the end of the day, it's you gifting your attendees your expertise and being able to share an intimate space and time in a different location that's not in your average, where you normally meet, and gives everybody a different experience.
And so if this is something that you're interested in, you can go to our website and you can schedule a consultation with us to where we can really sit down and talk to you about what we offer as a package. And like I said earlier, we have two packages that we offer, and talk to us. And we can really come down to the nitty gritty of what we can do to help you so you can have the best experience. Because the thing is that you can have an experience, but the goal is that you want to make sure that people keep coming back to your experiences. Okay. And that they were so happy with the first experience that when you put the second experience, they're going to come back, and so on and so forth.
They're already signing up.
So I want to encourage everyone to visit our webpage, and that's www.twopeacockstravel.com. And on the tab that says retreats, you can see what our package is. And if you want to sign up, we have a link there so you can set up a Zoom or Google Meets meeting with us at the convenient time that fits in your calendar, and then we can meet and we can talk.
And we're offering, if anybody's interested, you can start getting your wheels going. We have a beginner's guide for what you can start to think about as you're trying to plan a retreat, that we're happy to share. You just we'll put once we post this recording, we'll share the guide, put in your email, and we'll send it out to you. And this will start kind of getting your wheels turning. And sometimes people ask, is it too early to start planning for 2025? No, it's not.
No.
It's definitely the earlier you start, the better. But definitely kind of give you ideas, and then, book a call with us. We're happy to chat with you, and we can make your vision of having a destination retreat happen.
That's such a great topic to cover, because I think that now after COVID, people are really starting to come out of their shell. I know it's been really hard, but I think this is a great way to start out 2024, encouraging our entrepreneur women. If this is something that you're thinking about doing, whether you're in real estate, you are in wellness,
yes,
anything that you want to think about, this is the time. Gather women together to show them and teach them what you know.
This goes across the board to any industry.
Yes, absolutely. So, some of the other stuff we wanted to announce, we've got upcoming trips. We still have a
You have,
room available
yeah,
in
you have one
Morocco.
more room in Morocco available.
Yes, so the trip is from February 11th through the 16th of this year. We also have Cuba is coming up March 4th through the 8th, and that's going to be super duper exciting. It's a wonderful trip. It's definitely a humanitarian trip to give back to the Cuban people, and we've got some availability there too. Some of the other trips that we are also gathering interest for is for Portugal, Paris, London, Egypt, and we just recently released the dates and the packages for Oaxaca and Peru. So visit our webpage. You can see there what the trips are, what they offer. If you are just looking and are interested in some of them, sign up for the interest. The more interest, the better, because then we can really put in the work to put a package together. Please visit our social media websites. Sorry, not the websites, but social media networks. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and we have our other podcasts. We really do appreciate everyone listening. And always, recommend us to your friends and family, comadres, amigas, madres, anybody, because this travel stuff is for everyone, not just younger folks. Everybody really does benefit from travel.
100%. We're totally into advocating and encouraging human interaction, transformational travel.
Human intelligence.
Human intelligence. We want to help everyone get out and just just open up your eyes to a whole other experience.
I love that quote that says, "Don't tell me how educated you are. Tell me how much you've traveled." It really does resonate with what travel does for everyone, right?
It's a different caliber.
So let's start training for our Peru trip, Anna, because there's 2 major hikes that we got to get ready for. So I want to thank everyone for listening, and we're looking forward to our next podcast. Thank you so much, Anna.
Thank you. See you soon.
Bye, Anna. One of the peacocks.
One of the peacocks.
That's her title.
That's my title.
Bye, peacock. To the next time.